Well, good day, tubes. How's she hanging? Pretty good here. It is so freaking wicked hot out there today that I'm not doing the question and answer video today in the shed because that is just silly. That insulation's helped a little bit, but the odd time it does get like stifling still hot in there. I think it needs more in the ceiling, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, this is question and answer number 6. I got my questions here. So we're sitting downstairs where it's nice and cool with the air conditioning on. So we are going to start with first question from Brandon Cooper. He says, good day, Bill, fellow John Deere fan and past mechanic for Premier Equipment. Oh, I do a lot of shopping from them fellers. I thought I'd let you know of the great parts place in New Paris, Indiana, that stock every part you can imagine for the old 2-cylinder tractors. Good to know. I didn't know there was anywhere that still existed that had it. Richard Brown owns and operates the business. They're outstanding in customer service and speedy getting parts to you. It's a more reasonable price. Yeah, the dealerships are really bad. Love my dealerships, but not when they're doing that. It's expensive. So, anywho, I just thought I'd share this. If you ever need any 2-cylinder Deere parts, love watching the AR in your videos and the plow days in the past. If you ever need to ask a question, I'd gladly help you out when it comes to older John Deeres. Thanks, Brandon. Well, thanks, Brandon. That's really good information to know because it's getting hard to find parts for them old things unless you have a couple that are scrap that you can take parts off of. But there's a couple of things I think I still want to do. But it's good right now, as in running good, and the clutch is pulling hard. I want to hook a plow to it if we ever do a plow day this year with this COVID thing. I don't know. I want to hook a plow to it and see how she drags, like a 3/4 plow or something. That'd be awesome. So thank you, sir, for your question and your response. That's really good. Okay, the next one is from Vince. Bill, when do you do Minecraft again? I don't know. I kind of dropped out of Minecraft. I don't know, I guess because I hadn't played it for a while, and then I tried it again, and then it was like, oh, everything's all different and changed, it seemed to me. Apparently it's all different and changed again. I've heard like the nether is different now, like the nether world is different, so I don't know, I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I kind of got into Rust, as you guys know, that if you watch the Rust videos, and it's kind of like a Minecraft, but it's like a more realistic Minecraft, I'm going to say. And I kind of enjoy it, so. Are you going to build a hotel with Stinky and Rust? Oh, funny that you even mentioned Rust. I did build one on our last map. It doesn't ever get used. So this time around on Rust, since they've added these new cars, I've all around the whole map I've put in little car parts depots, like little dealerships, so you can buy parts for scrap. So that's all around the map. So I've been kind of doing that. I just built a castle kind of building. Close to Bob. If you guys know Bob, play with Bob a lot on the Rust there. So, hey Bob. Do a potato special episode. Oh yes, Vince, you like me doing potatoes in farms, and don't you? I don't like doing potatoes because it takes so long, and the machines you got to buy. If you have a big field, you got to do like 4 or 5 machines, you know, and that's a lot of money you have to invest. We'll say. So I will probably do potatoes at some point, but it's probably not going to be right away though. So. Also, please do more animals and grass. I actually want to do some baling coming up soon, maybe. I don't know when, but sometime soon. Also, is your mailing address still the same? 12 Cemetery Road, Mona, Ontario, Canada, L9W5W3? Yes, it is. And you still receive mail? Yes, I think we do. Also, do you like parades and Padres? Sorry, I read that too fast. Padres or Blue Jays better? If they play. So there you go, Vince. Thank you, sir. And we'll do potatoes soon. But I'm going to do some hay, I think, soon. Okay, the next one is from Brandon. It says, hey, Bill, I have a 2004 Dodge Durango Limited, and it has a 5.7 liter Hemi in it. That thing should honk along pretty good. It's developed a slight shake at idle and starts weirdly. 2004. Now, he doesn't say how many kilometers or miles are on it here. That's a pretty old vehicle now, bud, though, so you're probably... Well, let's read some more here. Slight shake at idle and starts weirdly, like cranking starts and then dies. then it crank it again and it runs fine. Also, I can take it through the car wash, because I can't take it to the car wash because the PCM gets wet. It's a solid vehicle. It turns 18 years old next March. Just wondering if you've ever been to my town, Columbus, Ohio. I don't think so. Been through Ohio, but I can't say Columbus for sure. But I've been through Ohio. Thanks for the great content from Brandon. Okay, so that's a pretty old 18-year-old vehicle. There could be a pile of different things that could be going wrong with it. First of all, when did it have like spark plugs last? Spark plugs, news plugs will make a big difference. That might help with your shaking at idle. Boy, that could be a lot of things. Fuel pump issues. It might not be getting enough fuel. Like it's endless. If you're not throwing any codes, I'm surprised. Engine codes for even like misfires or anything. Hard to say really. It's an old vehicle, man. I don't know, you got to start somewhere with it, and is it worth putting money into it? Yeah, it's a good vehicle probably, but depends how many miles are. And if it's got a lot of miles on it, you know what, maybe just start looking for something a bit newer. Things wear out and get tired, you know. You might be even having some compression loss, like some blow-by in it too, right? And that'll make a big difference too if you're losing compression. So could be a lot of things with a vehicle that age. I don't know, 10 years, get rid of them and start again. That's what I think now. The vehicles just don't last. So thanks for that. Hopefully that helps. But I'd start with spark plugs first. Maybe a fuel filter. You might have to take it to a garage and get the fuel pressure tested properly at the garage, and they'll tell you what it should be and what it is. And if it's low, well, it probably needs a fuel pump then. So, okay. So the next one's from Carter Frost. And what's he saying here? Hey, Bill, it's me again. I'm from Maine, and I have a 2003 Kawasaki Prairie, 650 V-twin with a 2-inch lift. So this is an ATV he's talking about here. 2-inch lift, mud tires, and an HMF exhaust. Ooh, it's probably like the one I got on my Polaris. It's really loud. I don't think the neighbors like it too much here. I was wondering if you would ever lift your four-wheeler. I've also included a picture of my machine. I also have tracks for it and a plow in the winter with it. If I was going to spend money on my machine, I'd probably get tracks for it for wintertime, because I like to try it in the wintertime. They're pretty good with tracks, but at one point the set of tracks were like pretty much half the price of a brand new machine, if not a little more. So that's why I never kind of did that, because they're pretty expensive. But I don't think I'd ever lift it because it's pretty high now, and like my wife comes with me, it's hard for her to get on if it's too much higher. So I probably wouldn't now. He's got a picture here. I don't know if this is going to load up here or not. Let's see. Well, there's a picture of his machine there, so it's kind of hard to see, but that's a pretty good machine. Nice. Okay, now I got to try to finally get back to my mount. There we go. Yeah, it says he has tracks for his and plow in the winter with it. Yeah, so I'd like to get tracks for mine actually. So thank you, sir, for sending that. Next one. When my thing responds here. Michael Burns, he says, question. Hey, Bill, I'm Mike from Central California. I have a question. Have you ever noticed any difference since you insulated the rest of the shed? That's funny, I just sort of mentioned that. I realized that you probably did it mostly for working in there during the winter, but I was wondering if you've seen any change in the summer. It needs more, I think, into it. It needs probably another layer, so that's like another $830 for another set of tanks to just do the roof. I think I probably would do the roof more than just the walls, to give it maybe 3 inches into that roof, and that would probably make a big difference to keep the heat from kind of sweltering in, right? Because I think it's hitting that roof and it just kind of right in, because I didn't get it super thick because I thought it was pretty much running out by the time I got up to those roofs. I'm like, oh, come on, get some on everything at least. But if I could scratch together a bit more money, maybe I'll go get another kit and then redo the roof. And I'm going to tarp off the whole floor and everything this time, because that stuff gets everywhere. Even on the camera. I still got some of my camera here. So, no, I haven't really noticed a huge difference. Ooh, it went dark. Got my screen lighting me up right now. Sorry. But he says, love all the videos, keep it up, see you on Rust sometime. Mike. So yeah, BTM 2020 under the modded servers if you want to come on Rust. So the next one is from Zachary, and he says, Hey Bill, it's Zach. I was wondering if you're going to repaint the Ford tractor and had found all the gauges. He emailed me a while ago and he asked me where to get gauges for a certain tractor. I'm like, oh boy, bud, try Steiner. So, I mean, there's not many places around. I found all the gauges I need on Steiner tractor, so thank you for the help. So you're welcome. I'm glad you did well with that. Repainting my tractor, no, I'm going to leave her so it looks like it just came out of the field, and then I don't, I don't want to use like Boris, like I don't want to use it for anything because it's so nice, right? I don't want a tractor that's so nice. I want one that I can get on and drive and we'll say. So I'm not going to paint it, I don't think. Next one is from, there's no real name on it here, but I don't have a name on it. But anyways, the question is, hey Bill, what's the multi-tool you use, the big one, so you can show us, and what's in her? Thanks bud, Jim. Oh, sorry, there's a name on the end, Jim. So, okay, Jim, let me get her out here. This is a Kilimanjaro, pretty good one, and if you fold this little arm out, you get a pair of pliers. And they do have cutters there, but you can see I've cut some stuff with it, and now they kind of like bind up a little bit, so they're not really good, super good cutters, but they have pretty good little grabbers and stuff in there used for quite a bit. It's pretty darn handy. There's nothing else on this side. This is just where this thing folds in. And then it's got a knife, of course, razor sharp. Use my sharpener there, and it works really good. So it's got a knife, and it's got a Phillips screwdriver. I used a little bit, and it's got this thing here. I don't know what this is for, but I don't think it really hooks anything. But so it's got a Phillips, and it's got the standard slotted with a bottle opener, which I don't know if you really use a bottle opener too much anymore now, but you use that a little bit. If you're out working on something you need to tighten a hose clamp, there you go. And then if we go a bit further, it's got a saw blade with a nail file thingy on it. So, or you could use it for, filing like those flint sticks kind of thing, and then sparking it with this thing. The saw is not bad, but it doesn't have any set to it. Like, it's a perfectly flat thing. So it's got, the teeth don't stick out, so you don't really cut a bigger path for the saw to get through. So once you get through into a little bit, it's really hard, really hard, really hard. So, but good little tool. And I bring it with me everywhere I go. Well, when I'm out working, so super handy. It's heavy though, but once you got it on your belt thing, you don't really notice it. It's pretty good. So there you go, Jim. Thanks for that question. Hopefully that answers it. Okay, the next name is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce this, Heiko? I think I got that right. Hi, Bill. Heiko down in Florida. It gets hot out here. Like here, it's wicked hot today and humid. Gets hot out here, and you got my name right. Oh, good. So I think he's asked me a question before, so hopefully I got it right again. I would love to see a video of the truck pulling the travel trailer. So would I, but I don't, it's too hot to get it out right now. People at my school get my name wrong sometimes, and that does the excavator have a horn on it? Okay, he's jumping through a bunch of stuff here. Okay, so he says some people at his school get his name wrong, and he's wondering, I guess, if my Mini X has a horn on it. Yes, it does, actually. If you got the handles here, it's this one here. Meep, meep. It's actually a pretty cool sounding horn for a little wee machine. Why it's got one on it, I don't know. It's kind of silly, but funny enough, whenever I don't know why, whenever I start digging a cremation, that's basically what I use that for. The little cremation holes by about 24 inch. When I first start, I take one bucket out, dump it, and then come to the next one, and I get a beep, beep, beep every time. I don't know why. There you go. It's one of my secrets. I don't know why. Just because to hear it, maybe. I don't know. So pulling the travel trailer, I'd like to get that out soon and try that. That thing's pretty heavy, and that truck should pull it pretty good, I would think, with that big turbo in it and stuff, and the big motor, diesel. And I would love to see a video of how the zero turn works. Okay, so there's an issue with the zero turn. There's a video coming up on that soon. You'll have to wait and see. But anyways, thank you, sir, for sending that, and hopefully that answers your questions. Eric Wiley, I'm not answering his question. No, I'm just kidding. I'll answer your question. I'm just teasing you. Hey Bill, it's your buddy Eric from Niagara on GTA Online. Can you do an invite-only session? Yes, you can. That's right. So maybe check into that. And yes, we have. Dylan and I, he hasn't been on his computer here too much. His computer is just kind of opposite mine here. Don't have to deal with the griefers. Yeah, some of them are pretty bad on there. I don't know how they don't get caught, but have you ever had your slingshot out much this year? Yes, we have actually. We went on a good tour. It was about 200 and almost 250K. It was a good little tour. We went around quite a piece. It was a pretty much all day affair, and we stopped here and there. It's hard to stop with this COVID stuff because you can't really stop anywhere, but we stopped and did a drive-through and then went to another little town and sat by the water. Did a high-flying Friday there. There's a video coming up for that. Yeah, so I mean, we've been out a fair bit. We usually go out kind of in the evening time when it's kind of cooled off a bit. We don't go out too much in the day because it's just too busy too. So yeah, we've been out a little bit. I know with what is going on, maybe you haven't, so we have. Stay safe and healthy, my friend. Thanks, Eric. You as well. So let's go to the next question here. Reaper's Boneyard. That's a different name. Hey Bill, this is David from North Carolina. I've got a few questions for you. Okay. How many RC cars do you have? Now, if you're asking me how many complete RC cars I have, I've got a few. I would really have to get them out to have a look because I can't remember. I got the bigger E-Revo. I got the mini E-Revo. I got a T-Max. I've got a Slash that's kind of needs to get back together. The Hyper 7 with the K59 motor in it. I don't really have nitro, so I can't run them anymore. So that's 5. I got a rock crawler. I got a couple of little miscellaneous other ones that we used to run in a gym in the wintertime. I would say I probably gonna easily put up 10 fingers, so I probably got 10 different RCs. Working ones, I probably got about 6 maybe at the most. So question 2, do you ever miss your old GM truck and your old Jeep? The Jeep maybe, yes. The GM not really. Nah, because I got another truck, right? So if I didn't have another truck and all I had was a little crappy car, yeah, I probably wouldn't miss it then. The Jeep, a little bit, not really. I never really had a Jeep that I actually drove on the road. It was just off-road only stuff, so around here kind of thing. So I kind of don't really miss that. But if I want a Jeep, I just go in like some other vehicle that's got no windows in it. Or put the windows down, and that's pretty well your Jeep, right? So no, I don't really miss it. It's hard to find a good Jeep nowadays, that's for sure. But from that vintage, they're all pretty much junk here now. So question 3, do you ever think about getting back into RC cars and racing them? We don't have anywhere around here really to do that unless I had built my own track or something, but then it's all the maintenance of keeping the weeds out of it, and it's like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. I got enough every day keeping weeds out from back there, you know. I don't really need more of it. That's why I got a lot of weeds probably growing at my house because I don't even bother with them. By the time I get them, I'm done. So if I ever got back into RCs again, I probably would still be in RCs if our hobby shop in town here didn't close down, because he stocked a lot of good parts, and you know, you just kind of go in and get what you need and out you went. It cost a lot of money, but yeah, it costs a lot of money. RC stuff is very expensive here anyways. I would say with all the stuff I bought and the parts I bought, the this and that and the back and forth, I probably got about 40 grand into it all. Somewhere in around there. It's a lot of money. It's a pile of money to get into, you know. It's like at one time there, you know, I was putting stuff on a Visa card, and gosh, I had like $5,500 on my card. I'm like, whoa, I gotta stop this. This is getting stupid. You know, something new would come out, and then he comes with it. Well, I got to get one so I can race with them. You know, they want to have the same vehicles in the same race. It's like, oh, for God's sake! So, I'm kind of in a way glad it kind of broke up and we got out of it, because it was costing me a pile of money. There's a lot of money going out the door to RC stuff, and I still got a bunch of it here. I got 2 big totes. Maybe we'll look through the totes one day just for fun. I got a tote of pretty much just tires and rims. It's like, why? Why do I got all this crap? I don't know. I just, the time you needed it, I had to get this tire to race in this with these people, right? So, anyways, question 4. You've got a lot of questions here. Holy jeez, bud. Question 4. What's the weirdest thing that has happened to you in the cemetery? Nothing really weird. Just things seem to happen. It's like, how hell would that happen? Like, I'm trying to think of something. Like, I go out to work one day, do my work, blah, 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 come home the next day, and I go back out, and all of a sudden there's, like, garbage cans all over the place. Or, like, this one was here today, and then tomorrow when I go out, it's way over here. It's like, what is going on back here? I don't go back to look at night, so I don't know. It could be ghosts. It could be some arsehole running around just screwing around with me back there. I don't know. That's kind of the weirdest thing. They're all dead back there, so I mean, unless you believe in that stuff, you're not going to see nothing. What is the most favorite game that you play? Okay, if you look at my stats on Steam, you're probably going to think, holy cow, he's played a lot of Left 4 Dead 2. Let's just quickly load up that here. Hang on a sec here with me. Steam, library, and Left 4 Dead 2. Now, that's been out for a long time. Let's just zoom down here. I know you can't see what I'm doing here on the screen, but Left 4 Dead 2. Where the heck did you go? Oh, no, there it is. Whew. Okay, so I don't think it's going to tell me a release date on Left 4 Dead 2, but it's been out for like over 10 years. And I've got 3,811 hours played on that game. What else? You can't really, I don't think, categorize it. Players. I want to see if I can played, unplayed. No, you can't do it by... you can't tag it as most time played. So, for instance, Astroneer, I'll just pick random ones here. 260 hours. Call of Duty, I got quite a few Call of Duties. I only got 15 hours on Modern Warfare for Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. That doesn't sound right. Let's see. Call of Duty World War II is one of my favorite ones too. It's pretty good. 48 hours, only 48 hours on it. Not too much. Kind of going off topic here a bit. Farming Simulator. Okay, let's do them. So 13, I've got 1,664 hours. Farm Sim 15, 1,309. 17, 625. It's funny we didn't play that one all much. And 19 has 464. So it seems to be slowly getting lower and lower, even though I do a Farm Sim Saturday every weekend. So I don't know. But yeah, so hopefully that answers all your questions. Let me go back to the right screen here. Oh, not that one. You're making me look blue. That's a little better. Okay. So hopefully that answers all your questions. Oh, he's got a PS here. PS, I've been subscribed to you ever since the first FS13 video. Ooh, that's a long time ago. He says, I would like some stickers when you're able to send them. Thanks for all your work and you put in your awesome videos. Well, thank you, sir, for watching. I don't know when I'm going to get into doing the stickers quite yet. I'd like to see a little bit more of the COVID kind of clear up, because that's sort of kind of an unnecessary trip, you know, and I can't afford myself to get sick because I'm the only one running this place back here. Nobody else is here helping me, so I really can't be going out and getting exposed to stuff, right? Next question is from Scott Foster. It says, hello, Bill. My 13-year-old daughter and I have attended a funeral recently, her first. When we were at the grave site, she asked, how deep is the hole that the casket is lowered into? He says, I told her 6 feet. Her next question was, why is the depth set at 6 feet? So he says, so Bill, why is the depth of the gravesite set at 6 feet? Okay, I'm going to explain something to you here. Depends what you're burying. If you're burying a big concrete vault, that's 6 feet right to the bottom, only because that'll take up about, what size are they now? So you've got the box that's a foot and a bit, and then the lid that goes on, that's about another, not quite a foot, because it's got ours have like a dome top on them. So you've probably got about 3 feet, maybe not quite 3 feet from the bottom of that vault to the top of the lid. The body sits inside. From vaults that were buried a long time ago, they never thought, I guess, in the future that, you know, cremation's going to take over kind of thing, and which it has. It's about 80% here now. So a lot of people, Grandpa and Grandma were buried, will say, I want to be buried with Grandpa and Grandma. So all of a sudden now we're digging down to put a cremation on top, and we've got this much. This hand here is the top of the vault, and this hand here is the top of the dirt. So you've got like maybe not quite a foot, so they didn't put them very deep. So now we regulate it at, our regulation is actually minimum of 2 foot coverage on whatever you bury. So I like to go a bit more because of that cremation, people want to go on top of grandma and grandpa kind of thing, right? If it was an old casket in the ground, well, that's okay, you got lots of room because it'll be all collapsed down, you'll have like 4 feet of room before you hit anybody. Usually. Sometimes in the old days when they dug them by hand, if you got down 3 feet, that was good. So you still have maybe 1.5 feet, you know, top of the casket before you actually dig into the guy. Now when I bury a casket, I used to go 5 feet because that's lots of room. You got like 4 foot above the guy then, you know, like 4, well, not quite. Well, when the lid crushes in, you'd have to be about 4 feet. And the lids do crush in. That's why you put them in a vault. What was I saying? Caskets, I used to do at 5 feet, but now I got my new lowering device and the straps are a bit shorter, so I can only go like 4 feet, and then I'm almost out of strap when it's going down, so I can't go any more than that. So I'm 4 feet, that still gives you like, you know, 2.5 foot of coverage, and then it crushes in and you'll have almost 3 kind of thing, right? If you're doing just a casket. So hopefully that answers your question, but I've hit it quite a few where I'm digging, all of a sudden I'm with a little mini extra on the top of the guy's vault, you know, and it's like it's only down like maybe 18 inches or so at the most, so hopefully it's not a big urn because it'll be sticking up out of the top and I'll have to figure something else out. So yes, so vaults are usually 6 feet to the bottom of the grave. There isn't, what was it they say, 6 feet. There's not 6 feet of actual cover dirt on top of something. There never is. You wouldn't dig that far unless you're doing like a double depth. That's a different story. So a double depth is you dig down about 8 to 9 feet to put the first one in. So say mom dies, put her at the bottom of the grave, and then dad dies a few years later, whatever, you dig it off and clean off the top of the vault. That's already in, it's got mom in it, and then you put dad on top. That's what you call double depth. We don't do that here because of all our gravel. If you guys have watched me move dirt out here that I brought up, it's mostly all sand and gravel. So if you get down below that 6 feet, you're getting a dangerous hole that could just woof, come in like that, right? So we don't do that here. So hopefully that answers some questions for you. So thank you, sir. Oh, he's from New Brunswick too. Canadian, eh? Awesome. All right, next one. I need a drink. Hang on. It's just vodka. Water, actually. I need lots of that right now. Next one is from Austin. Hey Bill, my name is Austin. What is your favorite place for vacation and video games? Well, I kind of sort of said the video game stuff already. I like trying the new games. Like I just did that Outbreak New Dawn zombie kind of game. It was kind of chintzy. But I like new games. Some have been suggested to me and I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good game. Let's try that one. Like Astroneer. It was recommended to me actually from our ex-mayor, old mayor there, and it's a good game. So I played quite a bit of that. A lot of Rust. I like Rust. I like that building houses and stuff and making like a garden enclosure, like a greenhouse thing. You can do all that on there too. And they got the water systems now. You can hook up to water all your gardens. It's pretty cool, you know. So favorite place for vacation. British Columbia is really nice to drive out to it. British Columbia, so you drive it's like a 5-day drive from here. Once you get into the prairies, it's kind of boring. I haven't done this drive for a long time, but once you get to the mountains, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. So I haven't done that since, oh gosh, I was probably 12 maybe. So it's been a while. I'm sure it's changed a lot, but British Columbia, I'm sure, is full of people like everywhere else now, you know. So it probably wouldn't be a very nice place anymore now, but and I don't really remember it too much from when we were out there, but really like Nova Scotia where my sister lives. It's really nice there because of the ocean and stuff, and of course because they're there. And I really like the ocean. I really miss the ocean. I wish we had an ocean around here that we could, you know, go and visit and stuff, but we just got the Great Lakes here, that's fine too, but it's water, but it's just something with the salt water, you know, it makes you feel nicer or better or something. But been to England when I was about 13 too, roughly, and that wasn't too bad. We got a lot of relatives over in the good old UK there. Been to Florida once. I didn't really do anything for me, honestly. It's just another place. I never really, just not to offend anybody, I never really enjoyed driving into the States too much, honestly. I mean, it's just the same as here. It's just it's different money and maybe a couple of different things in the stores that we don't have here. I mean, I don't really understand why people just flock to go down there, like, every year. It's like, it's no different than here, other than maybe you don't get winter down there. I don't know, I never found going over the border really that interesting to me, so. I'm not a shopper, so I don't go shopping to stuff like that, so that doesn't do anything for me. If I want to look at Mount Rushmore, I'll just go look at someone's probably got an internet video on the YouTube about it. Just go look at that and save me a pile of money, or you could just go on the Google Earth and then fly right to it, that's sweet. So, stop loading these things on my, okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Next one is from Spencer Smith. He says, hey Bill, how are you? My question for you is, how much snow and rain do you get each year? Because we never get any here in Alabama. It's rain and tornadoes. Well, it really depends. Like right now we're in such a drought. Oh my goodness, it's getting like everything is burnt right off. There's hardly any grass except the weeds. It's different every year here. I mean, we're not in a traditional snow belt area here anymore. We used to be, and we used to get like hammered with snow like every winter. Like it was so bad you couldn't shovel it and throw it any higher into the snow pile, right? And so, but now it's I mean, some years I'm pushing a lot of snow, and some years I'm hardly doing anything for snow. So it's like playing the lottery. You never know, right? So he says gets tornadoes during the summer and never get any snow, but we do get it's just a dusting, and then it doesn't last long. Been a fan of yours since you first started YouTube, and enjoy all of your videos. Well, thank you, sir. That's a very nice comment, so thank you very much. All right, our next question. I'm trying to get through these. There's a few here. Corey says, hey, Bill, my name is Corey. I'm a fan from Sauk, S-A-U-K, Sauk. I don't know if I said that right. Rapids, Minnesota. I got Minnesota right anyways. I have 3 questions. Oh, what's with these multi-questions? You guys are stressing me out. No, I'm just kidding. That's all right. Have you had a fan show up at the cemetery to see you? Yes, I have. And when I'm busy out working, like in the summertime, I really can't spend much time because, I've got funerals coming and going and people coming to pick out plots and paying for things, and I don't really have time to stop, right? So, winter time's a little bit better. But since the garage videos will say have been shut down, I can't really take visitors anymore, so I do apologize for that, but that's kind of the way it is. So and he also says, would you allow a fan to schedule a meet in person with you? Like I was saying, probably couldn't do that now. I used to kind of do that, but I don't really think I can do that now. So last is, what would cause a lawnmower to start and then just quit and no longer can pull the cord? Oh, that doesn't sound good. It's like the cord is stuck, but it's not. Boy, oh boy, that sounds like something's kind of broken. Does it run? Does it actually run? So what does he say here? He says it starts and then just quit and no longer can pull the cord. Wow, that sounds like... You have to tell me what kind of mower it is, because some of the old mowers on the recoils, they had those, what's the name of those things? It's like a clutch thing. And from time to time they need to have a bit of lube put on them. It could be that seizing up and then kind of killing the mower. Usually they'll kind of squeal a bunch though when you hear it when it's dry. The old Briggs and Strattons had them on. It's a thing that threads right onto the crankshaft, and it's got like a clutch in it, so there's got some balls in there, and then when you pull it, it locks into the thing, but then it just freewheels around most of the time right into the... It was a really silly idea, but that's also like your nut, we'll say, that holds the flywheel on, and it's got some little holes in it that holds that little screen on too, so you don't get your fingers stuck in there and ripped all around, right? If it's one of those, it could be that little clutch going, but you'd have to tell me in the comments what actually kind of mower it is, or email me a picture of it too. That might help too. You can email it to this. It says, thanks for your time to answer my questions. Have a wonderful day and stay safe. Keep the great videos coming. Well, thanks, sir. I will try my best. It's hard when it's so hot out. LV Mowing, thank you, he says. Hey Bill, I just want to say thank you for making me laugh even when I didn't want to have... You have taught me so much about the quality and how quality doesn't have a price. You made me want to work hard, and I genuinely enjoy being outside and tinkering with stuff. And I'm taking it apart to find out how it works. You made me get into mowing, and finally you made me look forward to tomorrow. Well, that's good. If you don't look forward to tomorrow, you don't know what you're gonna have to get into. So I like to kind of look ahead to see, tomorrow I gotta do this, and then you stew about it, and then you figure out your plan before you get into it. That's what I do. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. P.S. Can you send me a sticker? I'm a 14-year-old from Kentucky. Hello from the heart of the South, and we are. You tearing down? Oh, when are you tearing down that crappy shed? And could you do TikToks? I'm not doing TikToks. I am totally against TikTok stuff. No offense to anybody that likes TikTok. I think it's totally silly and honestly, I'm going to say stupid. What some of these people are doing just to get onto this, it's like, really? I don't know. I'm not even going to get into it. So I'm not doing that. Sorry. I just think it's silly. It's really. I'm not like that. I don't do kind of really silly, stupid things like some of those people do on there, so I'm not doing it. So, okay, sorry. So the shed, I don't know. I've got some stuff in there that I kind of don't really want to kind of let out into the open yet. Like I got some tires in there from my truck, which I should probably get out and sell anyways because they're not for this truck. I've got some tires for my wife's car in there. I got the old go-kart sitting in there, and I've got my lawn sweeper. Who the heck was that made by? It's an orange one. My lawn sweeper's in there. I got a little bit of stuff in there that needs a home inside, right? Or if I leave it outside, it's going to be junk. So I got like no more indoor storage anywhere unless I get another container, put another container, maybe buy this other container, and then I have another 20 foot of storage or something. But then I could get rid of that shed, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. So it's going to have to last a little bit longer anyways. Even though it's falling apart pretty quick, that roof's got some holes punched into it. But once we do her, we'll just shred her up with the backhoe and probably the thumb, and then just crush it up into little bits and then dump it in my trailer, and we'll take it and dump it. So, copy shed. Oh, so his TikTok thing was behind the gates because they said no recording for no, so I'm not doing that either. But thank you, Sarah, for sending that. Hopefully that answers the questions. I'm not a TikTok guy, though. I honestly think that's, one of the silliest things I've ever seen, and I don't know why people get all wrapped up into that, because some of the things on there, I'm gonna say are stupid, because some of them are really stupid. And some people get a kick out of that, and I just don't find the humor in that kind of stuff. So no thanks. Sorry, next question is from Christopher White. It says, hi Bill, my name is Christopher. I'm from Traverse City, Michigan. That sounds kind of familiar. My question for you is, how long does it take you to mow the whole cemetery in one shot, doing the whole thing? Whew. If I had nobody, if the gates were closed, we'll say, all week, I could probably mow this place from 8 to 5 in about 3 days. But that's no trimming. That's just the straight mowing, just to mow the whole place. I could do probably about 3 sections a day, maybe even more. I might get it done in 2 days. I'd be really moving though, like not even maybe even stopping for like a lunch. You maybe have to stop for a pee break in the water this hot weather, but I would say 3 days. I could probably get it all done in 3 days. Now if you had 2 people mowing, you could probably get it done in a day and a half, I would say, easily. Maybe even, a day and a half. Probably a day and a half would be good. But it's the trimming that takes all the time. Like, holy cow. I've kind of slowed down a bit of the trimming right now because, like, I get those long stick weeds that grow up with a little ball on top. they grow up like overnight. So I don't sweat. I don't sweat getting all of them chopped off. I mean, I do as best I can, and I'll wait maybe 3 cuts now and then trim. Because right now the grass is so burnt right off. It's just these, somehow they're getting moisture from somewhere and still growing. I think they store it in the leaves, and eventually they'll dry up and then they'll cook off too. Oh, lost her light again. They'll cook off too. So the trimming part probably take me about 3, well, no, it'll be longer than that. Because I trim every 2nd cut usually. When it's dry, I guess about every 3rd cut. And trimming altogether would probably take me, now this is not having any funerals or answering phone calls or meeting with people or anybody coming and going, because when the gates open, that's when I have the problem of, I gotta watch everything because there's so many people coming and going. I'm mowing and I gotta look every time I come to the road to turn around. I'm back and looking. It's a nuisance, honestly. But the trimming, I could probably do it in, if I was really moving, 4 days. I could probably trim the place in 4 days. Probably gonna say maybe safely 5 days. So it's almost a whole week just to trim this place, because I don't count the weekends, right? I don't usually work on the weekends. So somewhere in there you gotta, mow this section that needs done and then trim it kind of right after. Mow this one. So when I get into that trimming thing, I'll do 2 sections a day. I'll trim 2 sections and mow 2 sections. The next day I'll trim 2 sections, mow 2 sections. Eventually it gets all done. Somehow it gets all done. I don't know. But so yeah, that was, hopefully that answers the question. Thanks for answering and making all the great videos. Keep it up. Thank you, sir. I will try my best. And I think, why is this thing not responding? Oh, did I mess up my mail program? Oh, no, it says hooray, 0 inbox. Okay, so that's it, I guess, for today. So hopefully it answers all your questions. If anybody else has any questions, my email is billqa, oh crap, what is it now? I forget now. billqa@yahoo.com. So send me an email. It's also in the description there. Send me an email if you got a question. We'll do another question and answer video. So that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later, and you guys have a good day.